We have 5 minutes to share any breadcrumbs, God winks, treasures we have picked up along the way this past 24 hours, this past week. Because that is how we are pulled forward in faith, I think, is picking up those breadcrumbs along the way. So anybody, what do you have this morning? I have one kind of fun one from yesterday, and it was just a little one, but it was just one of those like, okay, I see how this works. I went to Costco, which this is only my third time going to Costco this year because I really have given up like just putting our money into those big box stores and stuff. But I went to Costco and I'm walking in, I've got my list, I'm focused, and out of the corner of my eye, guy was done with his cart. So I said, hey, let me take you. You want me to take your cart? I'll take it. And took his cart, used his cart, and did my shopping, came out, filled up my car. I had an empty cart. Lady walks by. She's like, hey, you want me to take your cart for you? And she took my cart. And I was just thinking that whole like pay it forward thing. And then just how when we put that out into the universe, how it just responds. So it was just a moment of like, wow, what are we putting out there? What are those, even us talking about like those little breadcrumbs and bringing them to light that aren't so, that really, I mean, they are breadcrumbs, but they are not so little in when we put them out into the universe. So it was just like one of those things that was like, how does that work? What else are those little things that I'm putting out there that then help other people to put them out there? Or what have I picked up from somebody else that I go ahead and take that next step on? Yeah, it was just really cool. It was really cool. And I thought it was a huge God wink. What do you got, Becky P?
I love this because so as you share that, I'm thinking about how, right, like when you pay attention consistently, daily, right? This is the question that Sister B always brings to us. What are our breadcrumbs? When we do that consistently and we train our mind to know like that's what we're looking for, right? Those pieces of joy, those micro moments. And when you're talking about, going forward, I had a picture of like some breadcrumbs, they end up being boulders, right? They take that much more to move them because they aren't consistent in our daily life, or, we don't pay it back fast enough to like the universe to say, I'm doing good too. And like they build up. And I think like consistency is a huge thing. And I love that this is consistently what you want us to think about. And it came in a conversation yesterday. Someone was sharing a God wink with me, the breadcrumb. And I was like, it was Foxy. And I was like, I love that we know what you just shared is a breadcrumb on your journey. And that we have this lens of like being able to find the things and look at them and improve from there.
I love that. And I love that you said, this is something definitely I want to sit with, micro moments, because we do talk about next in our Lexio is we talk a lot about micro and macro and our little world, and then putting that out in the big world. So having those micro moments to unfold into those macro moments. Yummy,
Yeah,
yummy, yummy, yummy.
For sure. That's why, that's one of those breadcrumbs that I take from you, like being surrounded in an energy that is just, what can we look for that's good? Surrounding ourselves with people like you, Sister B, that have like that mentality that remind us, right? We just need the reminders. When we open our eyes, we can see them, but we need to know what we're looking for.
Amen. 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 That is so good. Well, I'll send you ladies off. Go get your intention done. And I can't wait to see you back at the top of the hour. Love you, ladies. We have got a lot of time to pick up on any of those breadcrumbs, Godwinks, treasures we have picked up, maybe in the last hour, maybe in the last 24 hours, maybe this last week. Do you have anything that you have picked up along the week, Tammy?
You know, I have something very recent. You too inspired me to remember to take care of feeding my dog. And then he wanted to go out. So there's a little of that pivot. And then I got to step outside. And it's just, a beautiful, crisp, cool morning. And I love watching the sun just shine on the
Mm,
hillside. So that was good. That kind of helped fill my cup. And through
mm.
the week, yeah, I was going to mention earlier, it was crazy. I think it was Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday morning, we had an all morning training. And the keynote speaker that kicked off our day was an old friend from college, which was kind of crazy just to kind of bring back memories. And, then too, I got intrigued. I reached out to some of our closer friends and was like, look at this, look at what he's up to these days. And just kind of neat. Takes you down
Wow.
memory lane a little bit through the week then. Kind of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Did you know it was this friend before you got there, or was that a surprise?
Nope, all surprised. He just, popped on. I
Wow.
think I saw his name first and I was like, hmm. And then then he popped on virtual screen and yep. So there was about
Uh-huh.
300 of us. So I wasn't about to say, hey, look at him.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
I did touch base with him. Just been a long time.
Ah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think like I feel like all those people that come back into our life or just show up in our life or whatever, it's like what do we have to take away from this? Like what, you know,
Oh,
it's happening as we know as we just keep learning to trust the unfolding and trust the unfolding. It's like what? Uh-oh, lost her,
no,
but
I feel like I'm
okay.
freezing. So I just thought maybe I'd go off. But
I'm freezing.
yep,
Okay.
but sometimes it's
Um,
me. So I just carry on. We'll hold tight.
yeah, you know what, my internet seems to get all wacky too. It's like, what do we pay $80 a month for? But that's another conversation in itself. Um, but yeah, but like I feel like as I guess just speaking from my experience, as I learn each moment to keep trusting that unfolding, like being really aware of those people that have come in and out of my path that day, or um, old people coming back along my path for a moment, or it's like, what do I need to know from this? What do I need to learn from this? Um, why? And as we know too from trusting this unfolding, that something else is coming up for me is asking God, why? Why is this showing up for me again? Why is this, really putting that question out there, because as we are living in these breadcrumbs and God winks, it shows up. The answer shows up. It's like, here's what, unless you have something else to say, because I don't want to take all the time and keep talking.
Please.
But so yesterday we had a meeting. So I lead this and organize this freedom group. And we had the president of the school board last night with a group of our leaders just come in so we could ask questions and just get to know him better and all this. But beforehand, we were just kind of talking about like, what are our next steps? What do we want to work on these coming weeks and what have you? And CRT is a big one for us. And just we have a couple people really educated on it in the group. But then there's a lot of us that we know of it and we're starting to be able to pick up those pieces and see, oh, here it is. But someone said last night, well, let's connect with other people that are already doing this. Let's see if we can find, other people that are already doing this. So as we go through it, we're not having to reinvent the wheel and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah, totally. We've been trying, that's been on our radar, but hasn't progressed because we've been looking at masks and the vaccine and just stuff like that, and how where does our freedoms and our choice lie within those issues? And I got home, but this morning, so I was sitting around and I was like, oh, getting my stuff ready for this morning. And lo and behold, I picked up this flyer last week. What is critical race theory? And on the back, it's all kinds of resources of where to go to find out more about people who have already started looking into it and uncovering, what it's all about and that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, when we ask, and I did say last night at the meeting, I said, well, you know what, once we put it out there, then things will start coming in. Things will start coming our way. Those people will start showing up that we need to talk to. And I tell you, I sat down this morning for a little faith hour after asking, and there it was, sitting on my dining room table.
Yeah, I got one more item like that. Like I literally, I think it was last Saturday, I knew I was going, my mom we threw her 75th birthday. And I knew we were going to have family pictures. And I was like, oh, what should I wear? And I did go and I took in a yoga class. And on the way back, I knew there was a second, a thrift store. I was like, okay, I could go in and we'll see if the universe has something in here for me. I'm like a shirt, a dress, please.
Something.
And sure enough, I did. I found a great deal. It was off the rack, still had tags on, super good price. And I felt so dang good. Yeah, it's funny. Like, yes, thanks to OP, all of you that always are like, well, let's see, ask and see what the universe wants to respond with. And
yes,
I was just like, okay, I'm here. What will I get?
Yes, I love that. And and with OP and with this space, it's like, you know what? We can, and we will continue to learn to trust in that unfolding, that things will happen. We don't have to force them. They will come in due time. They will be there when we ask. They will be there when our need is there and it's time. We have to trust the timing, trust the process, and many of us, I feel like, in my experience and just talking to other women and stuff, is we somewhere along the path lost that trust within ourselves, in the micro, and then in the universe, in the macro. We have lost that innate ability to trust that we have everything we need right here. And once we start getting that back and getting those breadcrumbs and that momentum, it's like, look out, here we come. We're doing it. I love it.
That kicks off my morning. So good.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, bringing it to light, bring those breadcrumbs to light, So it is that time. I'm going to hit stop. And